In 1973, a man in Georgia claimed he took a shortcut through the woods outside Lake Park. He said he walked into a strange patch of mist, heard a loud humming sound, and when he came out the other side, his car was gone. In fact, the entire parking lot he left didn't exist anymore. He swore he felt like he'd only been gone a few minutes, but when he asked around, locals told him the place had been torn down years ago. Sounds crazy, right? Well, stories like this aren't rare. From Georgia to Grand Canyon, from Mexico to India, legends say there are portals, actual doorways in our world that can bend or even break time. Now tonight we're diving headfirst into the mysterious portals of time, places where people claim reality doesn't play by the rules, and buckle up because it's about to get strange. Lake Park, Georgia, the Mist Door. Now let's start where the story begins. Lake Park, Georgia, tiny town, quiet streets, nothing that screams sci-fi thriller, but according to locals, this place is basically the Dollar General version of the Twilight Zone. Farmers in the 60s reported hearing the same humming in the woods, vanishing for hours or days, and coming back swearing it had been minutes. One hiker swore he walked into a fog bank, saw flashes of light like a broken projector, and when he finally came out of it, it was dark. His friends, they already called search and rescue. He thought he was gone maybe 20 minutes. They said 8 hours. Science say it's swamp gas or when you get disoriented, magnets messing with your brain. Locals say nope, that's a portal. Me, if I vanished in Lake Park, it's not mythical. It's me stuck in a Waffle House bathroom while the jukebox plays Kid Rock on repeat, which honestly is its own version of hell. The time slip in France in 1901. In 1901, two English women, Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, visited the palace. They claimed they suddenly saw people in the 18th century clothes, powdered wigs, fancy gowns, the whole Marie Antoinette vibe. They thought it was some kind of reenactment, but later locals told them there was no such event. Even creepier, the people they described matched the French court of 1789, right before the Revolution. So either they hired cosplayers 100 years too early, or these women took a casual Sunday stroll into the past. The Grand Canyon, caves you're not allowed to enter. Next stop, the Grand Canyon. Postcard pretty, right? But it hides secrets. In 1909, the Arizona Gazette reported explorers found a massive underground city. We covered this a little before in another video, but they had Egyptian statues, hieroglyphs, even mummies. The Smithsonian supposedly got involved and then, boom, story gone. Cave sealed. Today, a whole section of the canyon is off limits. Rangers say safety. Locals whisper portals. One hiker claimed he wandered into a cave and saw a ceiling full of stars, moving galaxies like the universe itself was inside. He ran out. He found his friends. They said he was missing for 12 hours. He swore it was less than 1. So yeah, maybe the Grand Canyon isn't just erosion. Maybe it's a cosmic airport with gates you don't want to walk through. The Man from Taured, Tokyo, 1954. In 1954, Tokyo Airport detained a businessman. His passport said he was from Taured. Problem, that country didn't exist. He insisted it was real, wedged between France and Spain. Customs showed him a map. Do you mean Andorra? He was furious. He said he'd never heard of it. They stuck him into a guarded hotel overnight. By morning, he was gone. Passport, papers, luggage, vanished. So either way, this guy pulled off the greatest escape trick in history, or he just walked back into the wrong reality. The Mayan machine time. South to Mexico, the Mayans weren't just smart. They were terrifying smart. Their calendar could predict eclipses thousands of years in advance. Some legends say they didn't just measure time, they bent it. Temples like Chichen Itza are aligned so perfectly with the cosmos that tourists report deja vu, dizziness, or hours just vanishing. And then there's those secret sinkholes. Divers swear they black out underwater and resurface hours later with their oxygen tanks barely touched. Weird. One man said he was under for 5 minutes when he came back up pitch black. The sun had set hours ago. Me, if I time traveled into cenote, I'd at least hope to resurface with tacos from the future. Otherwise, what's the point? The Vanishing Hotel, France, 1979. A British couple driving through France pulled into an old-fashioned hotel. Wooden shutters, oil lamps, antique furniture. Perfect, right? They paid a shockingly cheap rate, stayed the night, left in the morning. A year later, they tried to find it again. Locals swore it never existed. Even weirder, their photo from that night, gone. So either they hallucinated plumbing and room service, or they actually booked a room in the 1900s. In India. Temples that bend time. Finally, India. If any place blurs myth and science, it's here. Ancient Hindu texts describe Vimanas, flying chariots of the gods. Some said to move through time itself. Then there's temples like Jagannath. Pilgrims report losing whole days inside. Some walk in at dawn and come out into night. Tourists even say photos taken inside temples sometimes have timestamps years into the future. Not hours, years. And forget the DeLorean. In India, your time machine runs on incense and chanting. Modern glitches, stories from today. And if you think this stuff stopped 100 years ago, nope. The internet is crawling with modern glitch stories. Walmart time hole. One Reddit user swore they went shopping for 15 minutes, and when they left, their phone said 2 hours had passed. Security footage confirmed it was 2 hours inside. They swear they only walked the aisle once. Honestly, Walmart already feels like a time warp, so I totally buy this one. The Vanishing Road. A TikTok driver posted about taking a shortcut on a rural road they'd never seen before. Smooth pavement, weird silence, and when they tried to find it again the next day, gone. Locals said no road existed. The bedroom slip. One woman claims she fell asleep in her bed at 10 p.m. and woke up at 9 a.m. Only it was the next week. Her boss called wondering why she hadn't showed up for days. To her, it was one night. To the world, 7. Now, sure, maybe these are exaggerations, and maybe it's sleep disorders, bad memory, or just the internet doing its thing. But if they're real, then time isn't as solid as we like to think. It leaks. So what's happening? Science say wormholes are possible. They would be shortcuts through space-time, microscopic ones that could already exist. If nature built a few big ones, well, maybe that explains these cracks. Our brain also messes up time perception. Stress, magnetic fields, even sound waves can warp it. But none of that explains missing hotels, countries that don't exist, or an entire week's vanish while you sleep. That sounds less like stress and more like a system error in the matrix. So, maybe they're myths, maybe they're brain glitches, or maybe, just maybe, there are thin spots in reality, places where time slips, folds, or tears. The next time you're in the fog of Georgia, standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon, diving into the Mexican cenotes, walking barefoot into an Indian temple, or even just running errands at Walmart, pay attention. Check your watch. Look around. Listen for the hum. Because you might come back into a world that isn't yours anymore. This has been Nightly Haven. Thanks for wandering in the shadows with me. And if you like this video and would like more, please share, subscribe, and like and comment. Until next time, don't lose track of time. Literally. Have a good night, guys. Bye.